Hey everyone, Mike Boysen here from practicaljobstobedone.com. Today I'm going to dive into a topic I'm passionate about, using simulations to analyze complex market dynamics. I've been asked some great questions by various people during conversations and emails, and I'm going to walk you through each of the top 10 of those, sharing my framework for replacing traditional jobs to be done surveys with a simulation-based approach. So let's get started. The first question I'm going to discuss is, what sparked the initial idea for this framework, and how did you land on this blend of methodologies? Well, that's a great one to kick things off. The spark, honestly, it came from frustration. Surveys and outcome-driven innovation are powerful, but they're static. And I kept thinking, there's got to be a way to see how complexity evolves dynamically. I've been thinking about this well before AI hit the scene, but the system dynamics piece hit me recently. I was listening to a podcast on a completely unrelated subject, and system dynamics came up. Then I recalled that I'd read a few books on this about a decade ago, and I did a refresh. And it seemed like a logical way to combine the simulation of real people with a more aggregate view of what drives change. For example, think of a time when you've run a survey and got solid importance and satisfaction scores, but 6 months later, a new competitor shifts everything. Jobs to be done as it stands today doesn't really provide any information on how emerging products or factors can change the priority of customer success. My aha moment was blending system dynamics and the big picture loops with agents acting like unique job executors. Not like synthetic respondents, though. This is at a much larger scale than that. That hybrid just felt like the key to unlocking this puzzle. Next up, real world example of a feedback loop when a new solution is introduced. Okay, I like this one. It's so core to system dynamics. Picture a company launching a project management tool that streamlines workflows. Initially, let's say adoption soars. Teams ditch all their chaotic email threads, satisfaction spikes, and it's a reinforcing loop. More users, less mess. But then a balancing loop kicks in. The tool's fancy features need training, and some folks just struggle with it. Tech complexity rises and satisfaction dips for them, and the company scrambles, releases a simpler version, and suddenly demand shifts again. I've seen this play out with clients. New solutions fix one thing but spawn another challenge. It's why I lean on simulations to track those stocks, like adoption level versus complexity intensity. Third question, how do you decide which complexity factors are most critical to include? This is about focus. In my framework, I list factors like resource availability or organizational culture, stuff that tangles up a job to be done, and I pick them based on the context of the job. Take a marketing team rolling out a campaign. Time pressure might be huge, but budget may be less so. For example, I once worked with a firm where tech interoperability was the silent killer. Tools didn't talk to each other. There were air gaps that required a human in the loop, and no survey caught that until it was too late. So I'd prioritize factors that hit outcomes the hardest, then give them a scale like 1 to 5 to see their influence ripple. Question 4. Here's a fun one. Most surprising emergent behavior you've observed or hope to observe from agents. My army of agents is really all about watching patterns emerge. Imagine a simulation where most agents adopt a new tool fast, early adopters, right? But then a small group rejects it because it clashes with their risk tolerance. Suddenly, that ripples. A new complexity factor like trust in tech pops up across the system. I haven't run this exact sim yet, but I'd love to see something wild like agents forming cliques based on social influence, driving unexpected market splits. That's the magic of heterogeneity. Fifth question. How do you see AI evolving this framework further? AI is the turbocharger here. I've got reinforcement learning in mind for agents. Let them adapt to new solutions over time. Or generative AI could spot patterns and suggest, hey, when adoption hits 30%, watch for a cost complexity spike. Picture this, a sim where agents test a budgeting app. AI notices early adopters love it, but latecomers balk at setup time. It tweaks the decision logic on the fly. Suddenly, the sim predicts a feature tweak before humans even guess it. That's the future I see. Next, how does this shift the mindset of innovation teams or VCs compared to trial and error? I say, why fail fast when you can succeed the first time? Traditional approaches burn cash on guesses, launch, flip, pivot. Simulations flip that. You test what ifs up front. Take a VC eyeing a startup. They could sim a product launch and see, oh, time complexity tanks adoption unless we tweak this. It's like hitting them a crystal ball instead of a dartboard. I've watched teams waste months failing. Simulations could cut that to days or even hours. Seventh question. How do you balance agent granularity with big picture trends? This is a tightrope walk. Each agent's got details, risk tolerance, budget constraints. I don't want to drown in minutia. Say I tweak an agent's adopter profile to laggard. In a sim, they hold out, but if enough neighbors jump in, social influence flips them. Boom, adoption spikes system-wide. I've played with this in smaller models. One agent's hesitation can signal a market stall. It's about zooming in enough to see the why, and then zooming back out to pitch the trend. Here's a big one. What limitations in traditional ODI surveys pushed you to this alternative? ODI is gold. Importance and satisfaction scores nail priorities, even though I'm adding in effort scores as well. But they're a snapshot. I've run surveys where clients rate a tool high, then a month later, a new complexity, like a regulatory shift, tanks it. Surveys miss that evolution. They're static, and humans fudge answers. Simulations let me watch outcomes shift as complexity grows. No more guessing from stale data. It's ODI on steroids. Ninth question. A scenario revealing a complexity factor standard research might miss. Imagine a company testing a new collaboration tool. Surveys come back glowing. It's intuitive. We love it. But in a sim, agents with high workloads, say managers juggling multiple teams, start dropping off. Why is that? Well, the tool's notification overload becomes a hidden complexity factor. Too many pings fracture their focus and satisfaction tanks. Surveys didn't ask about notification fatigue. It's buried in the noise until the sim shows these busy agents rejecting it. I've seen this kind of thing sneak up in real projects well before I got involved with jobs to be done. What feels slick in a vacuum crumbles under specific pressures. Simulations dig out those sneaky factors. Last one, and it's a dreamer. Wildest vision for where this could take us in understanding market dynamics. Well, I see a world where we predict market shifts years out. Picture a sim running a decade's worth of what ifs. New tech, regulations, culture flips. Agents adapt, complexity factors morph, and suddenly we spot, in 2030, this niche explodes because of X. It's like sci-fi jobs to be done. Think of it forecasting the rise of remote work pre-2020. That's my wild ambition. And there you have it, 10 questions, 10 ways simulations can crack open complex market dynamics. If you're intrigued, join my free community at pjtbd.com/join for more on this, or book a chat with me at pjtbd.com/book-mike. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, keep innovating smarter.